We're going to start by talking about Bazaarvoice's 2024 shopper preference report, and we're going to link to it in the show notes as well for those listening. In the report, a few trends stood out, one of which is particularly relevant recently, and that's private labels. How has consumers' opinion of private labels changed over the past year or so?
I major favorite topic of mine. Just to share a little bit in terms of the shopper preference report. We do this on a pretty much regular basis, typically annually, whereby we survey approximately, somewhere just under 10,000 consumers like ourselves. And one of the things that was really quite profound, we are all aware around the world, the macroeconomics that we're all facing. And so at the time when we were just creating the instrumentation, I kind of said, hey, you know what, let's see what people think about private labels. A more elegant way of calling private labels are retailer brands or private brands, if you will. And I think that there is no doubt, and let's just put the elephant out of the room here, is that many of us in the past had associated private labels as knockoffs and really the cheap version of something. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you that I'm among many of them. In fact, 72% or 70% of the surveys around of those whom we surveyed had actually said that they actually have already purchased private label, and I'm one of them. And so allow me to just kind of drill down on what my point of view as well as Bazaarvoice's point of view. Private labels or retailer brands or private brands has gone through such evolution somewhat quietly over the last few years to the point that they are actually very much just like national brands. I'm going to attest it to say, right, if you live in a neighborhood that has Trader Joe's, if you live in a neighborhood that has Target, if you live in a neighborhood that has something along those lines, you likely have already experienced what private labels and the quality and certainly the value that they offer. So I think this is the one part of the reality, is that it's totally a phenomenon that is right for the time, and that it has actually tens of years improving and really elevating as an industry. My speculation is that we're going to see more and more of that phenomenon happening, certainly among retailers heavily, as well as even some brands, right? They are actually entering the space.